My name is Shizuka Enomoto. I'm just a plain 24-year-old office worker. Today, I took home a 10-year-old boy who was being sent back and forth between relatives. His name is Eiji Matsuda, a boy who's distantly related and has no blood relation to me. He had no family since his parents passed away 6 months ago, so he moved from one relative to another and was recently forced into my aunt's care. I was angry when my aunt, whom I hadn't seen in a long time, told me she didn't want this child. I decided to take Eiji-kun in the heat of the moment. I wonder if he'll feel more comfortable in a place like this. Make yourself at home, okay? I'm going to take a bath first. He's silent and unresponsive. He was acting like this in front of everyone and was apparently creeped out by all his relatives, even before his parents passed away. He doesn't want to go to school and doesn't study at all. My aunt said he was very stupid and a failure. That's such a terrible thing to say. Well, we have to take it easy. He's not even moved an inch. Eiji-kun, do you want a bath? His gaze dropped slightly. He must have something on his mind. But that doesn't mean he hasn't heard me. The bathroom is next to the shower, okay? Feel free to use it. Do you have any requests for dinner? Understood. Your favorite food is pudding, right? So, let's have a pudding party today. It's the anniversary of your arrival to our house. Okay, I'll get ready for the pudding party. Go take a relaxing bath, Eiji-kun. Oh. Looks like he took a bath. Ta-da! The main course is pudding a la mode. Nutritional balance is completely ignored. But today, as long as it tastes good, that's all that matters. The first night after his arrival, Eiji-kun ate his pudding quietly and carefully. No clattering of dishes, no chewing noises. It was a picturesque, quiet dinner time. Who started saying this boy is stupid? Rather, he is. About a week after Eiji-kun came to my house, I gave him a learning tablet. I've already processed your transfer to the nearest elementary school, but you didn't go to your old school either, did you? If you want, you can study with this. Well, I've made a bento for you, so you can have it for lunch, okay? If you need to buy anything, there's money for you in the kitchen. If anything happens while I'm at work, just call me using this phone, okay? Now then, I'll be off. But when I came home and looked at the tablet on the table, there was no sign of him having studied. This is weird. He doesn't understand at all? But if my hunch is right, it was too easy and too boring, wasn't it? Do you want to try the higher level ones? Do you want it at junior high school level or high school level? Why am I saying this? It's because you seem to be such a smart boy, Eiji-kun. I believe there was a program where you could study for both junior high school and high school. Which one was it? How do you know so much about me? That was the first time I heard his voice. Because I wanted to understand you. I lost my parents when I was in college, so I couldn't leave a child like you alone. But why did you pretend you couldn't do anything? You're a very smart boy. So I think you could have gotten around your relatives. I don't know how to be loved. I was not loved by my parents either. I don't feel anything about their deaths. I learn everything so quickly from books. I've tried to learn so many things, but I still don't know the meaning of life. His eyes were filled with deep sadness. This kid is only 10 years old, but I'm sure he sees a whole different world than the one I see. My heart was wrenched looking at him, and I hugged him involuntarily. I'm sorry. I'm an adult, and yet I don't know what I can say to you. I too have lived for 24 years without knowing the meaning of life. But you know what? I just know that we produce oxytocin, which is called the happiness hormone when you hug someone like this. I've heard about that. But if I do this, will it really make me happy? I don't know. I guess we'll just have to try it out every day. Eiji-kun must be what you'd call a genius. You must be kidding me! You're solving college entrance exam level problems? I'll buy you any book you want. Let me know if you need anything. According to his relatives, his parents were not very loving people towards their child. Eiji-kun once told me he was shocked at the gap between the parental love he learned about while studying and the actual parental love he received. Good night, Shizuka-san. Good night, Eiji-kun. If his parents were still here, there might still have been a chance to improve their relationship with Eiji-kun, but that's never going to happen anymore. Every day before I went to bed, I gave him a hug like this. I put all the love that he was always supposed to receive into those hugs.
Shizuka-san, I'm leaving now.
Wow, you surprised me. Have a good day. It's been 5 years since he came to my house. As a special student, he's now going to one of the top high schools. Since he started going to school, he has started giving me hugs before leaving home, in addition to the good night hugs. But he's really grown up. Lately, I've been a little embarrassed to hug him. I should go to work too. Living expenses for 2, tuition for Eiji-kun. If he wants to go to college, I want to make sure he can. I didn't want to ruin his opportunities, so I spent all the money I could spare on him. But I'm just an office worker, working hard at a side job, cutting down on sleep at night, and enduring the terrible bullying of my boss in the daytime. I may have been sick without realizing it myself. When Eiji was a senior in high school, I finally collapsed. Eiji-kun?
You're at a hospital. I was told you collapsed suddenly at work. The doctor told me that you must have been under a lot of stress.
I'm fine. I was just a little tired. Don't worry, Eiji-kun. I'm an adult. This is nothing to me.
Shizuka-san, don't push yourself so hard anymore. You're worried about the cost of my higher education, aren't you?
What?
If you're trying to force yourself to make more money, you don't need to. I'm planning to focus on my work after graduating high school.
Wait a minute. Focusing on work? Are you already working? I never heard anything about you having a part-time job.
Yeah.
And you're giving up on higher education? I thought you had a college you wanted to go to. You could even go to a foreign university.
I'm not interested in that kind of thing right now. Actually, I started my own business the other day. I wanted to talk to you more after the business got off the ground. I'm the CEO, and so far I have 20 employees.
What? CEO?
Yeah, so you don't have to take care of me anymore. Now it's my turn to return the favor. Will you marry me? I want to spend the rest of my life returning the favor you gave me. This. I wasn't supposed to give this to you today, but...
And I suddenly remember the old days. The boy who had just come to my house. A boy who had no expression on his face. A small body that I hugged every day. When did he become taller than me?
I like you, Shizuka-san. I love you.
You know I'm already over 30.
It doesn't matter. You were always just you.
Eiji-kun. When did I start thinking about him in this way? That I like him this much? Our relationship didn't really change after this. As you can imagine, there are many obstacles for me to marry a teenager when I was already over 30, and the marriage was put on hold until he turned 20. But some things have changed properly.
Shizuka-san, you forgot your ring in the kitchen.
Oh, I took it off when I washed the dishes and forgot. Sorry.
This is proof that Shizuka-san is already engaged. Don't forget to wear it, especially when you go to work, okay?
Yes. I don't think there's anyone else who would say that he likes me, but Eiji-kun. I used to think I didn't know the meaning of life, but now I do. I am sure we exist to make each other happy.